Ms. Diaz, are you the mother of Christian, the child who is the subject of this suit?
Yes.
And what is Christian's date of birth?
For April 26th, 2024.
Okay. And who is Christian's father?
Jeffrey Munoz.
All right. So counting back about 9 months from Christian's date of birth, that would put Christian's conception around late August of 2023. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for 30 days before late August 2023 and 30 days after, did you have sexual intercourse with anyone other than Jeffrey Munoz?
No.
So is there any doubt in your mind that Jeffrey Munoz is the father of Christian?
No doubt.
And no one else could possibly be the father,
No
is
one
that
at all.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now I noticed that Christian's last name is currently Diaz. Did you want to change that to anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. And what are the reasons why you want to leave it as Diaz?
I have given Jeffrey Munoz opportunity to be a present father. Before giving him the last name, I did tell him, I don't want to give my baby a last name for someone who's not going to be present. And he understood that and has still chosen to not be present.
Okay. So let's talk about him being present. Uh, does he visit with Christian very often?
The last visit, he reached out, to purchase him some shoes. The plan was to meet up with him to get the shoes and then to drop Christian off wherever he was going to be in town, as he does not live here. But after the purchase of the shoes, he kind of just sent us on our own way and there was no visitation. And prior to that, the last actual visit he had with him was in January.
Okay. And so has he ever really visited with Christian overnights or
No,
anything?
no, never overnight.
Okay. I've explained to you what a standard possession order is like. Do you feel like that would be appropriate in your circumstances?
I I do. I just have concerns about Christian being in a vehicle with his dad. When he brought him back in January, it was cold. He did not have a beanie on. He didn't have a blanket or socks, and he was unbuckled when he arrived.
Okay. So do you feel like it would be appropriate to sort of phase in the visitation and work toward the standard possession order?
Yes, I have no problem with visitation as long as I can drive Christian there.
Okay. So you want to be in charge of the pickup and drop offs. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay. Now you understand, you said he lives in another town.
yes.
Where does he live?
He lives in Lubbock.
In Lubbock? Okay. Would you be comfortable doing the pickups and drop offs in Lubbock as well?
Um, Not so much going to his house. His mom is a heavy smoker. Christian's lungs are still very, I mean, he's only one.
Okay. All right. So and I've explained to you what a phased in visitation schedule would be like. How many visits at each level do you think it would take before you're comfortable progressing to the next level?
Um, Maybe 10.
Maybe 10? Okay. And that's basically because Christian hasn't been around him much and you're concerned about the environment he's going to be in.
Yes. When we did the shoe pickup or the shoe exchange, we were shopping in the store. Christian was not comfortable being held by him. He let his other children carry him, but he didn't want to be with Jeff for too long.
Okay. And let's talk about that because you mentioned to me that he has other children.
Yes.
Okay. How many other children below the age of 18 does Mr. Munoz have?
3.
And do they visit with Christian?
Yes.
Okay. How old are they?
He's got a 12, a 15, and a 16-year-old.
Okay. And Christian likes visiting with them as far as you're able to tell?
Oh yes. He can recognize them if we run into them at the grocery store. He'll recognize them. He's very comfortable with them.
And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you had said that you're comfortable with Christian visiting with Mr. Munoz when his kids are around. Is that right?
Yes, if I'm not present and the kids are around, I'm 100% comfortable because I know that they will look out for their little brother.
Okay. All right. And I've explained to you what a conservator is and the difference between joint managing and sole managing conservator. Which do you feel would be appropriate in your circumstances?
I think so would be appropriate.
Okay. So you want to make all the decisions for Christian and Mr. Munoz could just visit with Christian. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's basically because he hasn't been very involved in Christian's life.
Correct. And when he does come, like he came a few weeks ago to buy him shoes and then we didn't hear from him again. I just don't think it's fair. I mean, Christian doesn't, he's in and out of Christian's life. It's not enough for him to be able to decide yes or no, he can or cannot do something.
Okay. What kind of health insurance does Christian have?
He has a Blue Cross Blue Shield through my job as well as Texas Medicaid.
All right. So you're carrying health insurance through your employer as well.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. And how many people are covered under that insurance plan?
5.
And how much does that insurance plan cost you?
Roughly about 222 a month.
222 a month. Okay.
227.
And you're one of those 5. You have to pay for your own insurance, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Do you know what kind of work Mr. Munoz does for a living?
He works in electricity.
Okay. Does that mean that he puts up electrical lines, or is he an electrician, or what?
He's an electrician with new builds there in Lubbock. He is the one who wires the homes.
All right. So he installs new wiring and such in
Yes.
homes. Gotcha. Do you know how much he makes working as an electrician?
The last time we talked financially, back in 2023, he was at about $18 an hour.
Okay. But that was about 2 years ago.
Correct.
Okay. And you mentioned that he has 3 other children. Do those children live with him, or does he pay child support for those children?
They live with their mother. He's supposed to be paying child support to those children.
Okay. Now, in addition to child support going forward, we can also consider retroactive support. Did you want to request retroactive support going back to Christian's date of birth?
Yes.
Has Mr. Munoz sent you anything to assist with Christian, whether it be money or supplies or anything like that?
Most recently the shoes, but in the past, maybe it stopped October. He was paying $100 a week to my stepmother for childcare.
Okay.
Um, but there were weeks where he would call me and say, "Can you do it instead?" So I'm gonna say maybe 3 of those months he was fully responsible for that 400 a month.
Okay. So if you could put all that together and add all of that up, how much in total would you say that he's sent to you to help with Christian?
I would say about $2,000.
Okay, so $2,000 in the past 16 months or so?
Yes.
Okay. And before we came back into the main courtroom, you were talking about childcare. Is Christian in childcare right now?
Yes, so I'm currently paying a cousin. She just got some bad medical news, so I'm going to have to reach out to a local daycare. Um, Quotes that I've gotten though are upwards between $600 to $800 a month, which is something I cannot take care of on my own.
Okay. And you need childcare for Christian if you're going to work. Is there no other way to do it?
No, I mean, if I stay home, then that's his home. That's his livelihood. He doesn't have a home, doesn't have a bed to sleep in, food.
Okay,
So
gotcha. Okay. All right, Judge. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Diaz, do you have anything you want to add to or explain about your testimony?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Did you want him to do some supervised visits to start out with, or do you think it's okay for him to? I mean, since you don't want him to drive with the child, I'm not sure. Do you want those visits to be in your home?
I can meet with him somewhere. I don't mind meeting him with him somewhere.
Okay,
Um,
a public place,
yes.
McDonald's or somewhere else there in Plainview?
Yes, that's fine. We also have a Chick-fil-A. I think it has a little playground in there.
Okay, Chick-fil-A. The only problem about Chick-fil-A is you'll have to do Saturday because they're not open on Sunday.
Right. I mean, McDonald's is fine too.
I'll just say Chick-fil-A, and if it turns out, because I'll set the visits on Saturdays. If it turns out he can't visit on Saturdays, y'all will have to make an agreement as to some other place.
Okay.
And so after a few, like 10 of those visits at Chick-fil-A, are you comfortable with him picking the child up at your house?
I'm fine with that. I really just want to make sure he puts him in a car seat buckled.
Okay, of course. I mean, and that, you know, he's required to do that by law. If he doesn't have a car seat in his car, then you certainly would be okay in not letting him take the child, because that's dangerous. And these other children, they live in Plainview, his other
Yes, ma'am.
children?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And does Christian visit over there to their house?
No, their mom is just comfortable with them coming over.
Okay, so should they come over to your house and
Yes,
visit?
yes, yes.
Oh. Okay, all right. Okay, and so he was making $18 an hour last you knew.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't know whether he's gotten any raises or anything like that?
I know that his cousin, because it's his cousin that's his boss, he would do annual raises. I just couldn't tell you what they are if he did get one.
Okay, and he works pretty much 40 hours a week as far as you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Mr. Benishek, anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. I put in your box, and I'll go ahead and offer right now the printout of a page from the publicly available website of the Bureau of Labor Statistics for electricians. It shows that that's for persons who install, maintain, and repair electrical wiring, which sounds like Ms. Diaz's description of the kind of work he does. Well, it gives a mean wage in Texas, hourly mean wage of $27.09, an annual mean wage of $56,350.
Okay, well, are you offering that into
I
evidence?
offer that as Exhibit 1.
Okay. Ms. Diaz, do you have any objection to that document coming into evidence, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, it will be admitted as a state's exhibit number 1.
And that's all I have, Judge.
Okay, let me locate that right quick. Okay, all right, give me just a few minutes to make some calculations and I'll be back with a ruling, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna find that the testimony establishes that Jeffrey Munoz is the biological father of the child before the court today. Accordingly, I will order that the parent-child relationship be established between Jeffrey Munoz and the child, and that the birth records of the child be amended to show that Jeffrey Munoz is his father. I will not change the name of the child at this point, since Mr. Munoz has not exercised a whole lot of parental responsibility or interest in the child. If that needs to be changed in the future, it can be, but right now I'm not going to change it. I'm going to find also that it would not be in the best interest of the child to name the parents joint managing conservators due to the fact that Mr. Munoz has not really taken much part in the child's life. I will find that Alyssa Elizabeth Diaz should be the sole managing conservator of the child. She'll have the exclusive right to determine the primary residence of the child and may do so without regard to geographic location. Mr. Munoz will be a possessory conservator and will have the rights of visitation with the child. I'm going to start out with supervised visits because of the concerns about the safety of the child in the car and just the fact that the child doesn't really know Mr. Munoz very well since he hasn't visited with the child very much. So I'll start out with supervised visits on the first and third Saturdays of every month, beginning at 1, ending at 3, to take place at the Chick-fil-A restaurant or another place that the parties might agree. These visits will be supervised at all times by Ms. Diaz or a competent adult she designates. And that Mr. Munoz must do 10 of these visits before moving to the next stage. And the same with the subsequent stages, there'll be 10 each. The next 10 will be during the same time period, unsupervised. The exchange will be at Ms. Diaz's house or another location that the parties agree to. Once the 10 afternoon visits during the same time period have been completed, he should have the right to all-day Saturday visits, again on the first and third Saturdays, beginning Saturday at 9, ending Saturday at 6. And once he's done 10 of those, he'll have the right to overnight visits, beginning at 6 on Saturday, ending at 6 on Sunday. Once he's done that, he may have possession of the child in accordance with the standard possession order that is standard for all parents living in different households in Texas. It'll give him the right to visit the child on the first, third, and fifth weekends of every month, beginning Friday at 6, ending Sunday at 6. And we'll also give him the right to holiday visits and that kind of thing, extended visit in the summer. All right, but he's got to do the first part of this first. If Miss Diaz, you feel that he can move forward in the schedule quicker because he's started to take an interest in the child, and he may, as the child gets older, the older children are a little bit easier for someone to parent because they don't need as much from the parent. But if that is the case, then you can agree to move forward in the schedule faster if you want to. In other words, if you guys agree to something else, that's fine. But if you don't agree, this is in place for you. Okay. All right. Mr. Munoz must give 72 hours notice of his intent to exercise the visitation, so that you'll know if it's going to take place or not. He must give you that notice. If he doesn't give the notice, then you don't have to, allow the visitation. Also, he must ensure that he has proper restraints for the child and safety equipment for the child in his car, and must at all times that the child is in the car with him, have the child secured in the child in an appropriate child restraint system, child seat, or when he gets older, a booster, or when he gets older, a seatbelt. Okay. All right. With regard to retroactive or back child support for the past 17 months, I'm going to find that Mr. Munoz judgment should be entered against him for retroactive child support in the amount of $6,000. That amount does give him credit for $2,000 that Ms. Diaz testified that he has provided to the family since the birth of the child. So it would be $8,000, but I subtracted $2,000, so the judgment will be for $6,000. And Mr. Bunishek, if you could write that in the order, just so that when Mr. Munoz reads it, he knows he was given credit.
I'm writing down there that reflects $2,000 credit, so I'll put that in. Yes,
All right,
Judge.
thank you. All right. Based on the Bureau of Labor Statistics information regarding electricians in Texas and the mean wage based child support upon that yields a gross monthly income of $4,695.60. I gave Mr. Munoz credit for 3 other children that he has that is ordered to support, I assume, and and for the $45, which represents this child's portion of the insurance provided by Ms. Diaz through her employer. I'm not going to order her to provide insurance through her employer. I'll just order her to provide it through another source, or order her to stay enrolled in she is enrolled in Medicaid. I don't want to order her to provide it in case it becomes unaffordable for her. And if it did, it would cause a problem because the Attorney General's office will cause to go out a federal requirement that your employer enroll the child. And if it's unaffordable, that can cause problems for you. I guess I'll just order the Medicaid. Since the child is on Medicaid, I'll just go ahead and order Medicaid. Because if you don't qualify for Medicaid, you won't, you won't get it despite what the order says. But if the child's on Medicaid, I'll just order it that way. If the child is on Medicaid, it's likely that the state is going to keep the $45 anyway, so you wouldn't have that to help pay for the insurance. So since I'm not sure exactly what the situation is and how it will be reflected in the Attorney General system, I'll just order that you keep the child enrolled in Medicaid as long as it's available to you. I'll order him to pay $45 a month in cash medical support. Current child support then, based on all of that, will be $575 per month. And then I will order a $100 a month payment on the $6,000 judgment. So $575, $45 for cash medical support, and $100 payment on the retroactive child support. All the payments in this case will begin on September the 1st of 2025 and continue monthly thereafter until such time as the child is emancipated by turning 18 or graduating from high school, whichever comes last. I will tax all court costs for today's hearing against Mr. Munoz as billed by the District Clerk of Hale County, Texas, to be paid within 1 year of today's date. And I didn't hear any testimony about non-disclosure. I assume that's not an issue in this case.
It doesn't appear to be, Judge, since the parties are communicating well with
Okay.
each other.
There's never been any physical violence or anything like that, Ms. Diaz. Okay, you're on mute, actually. Can you unmute yourself?
I'm sorry. No, ma'am, there's never been any physical violence.
Okay, all right. And there's nobody else other than Mr. Munoz that you would be concerned about having your information?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then, that is the order of the court. Have I left anything out, Mr. Bunashek?
I believe that's all of our issues, Judge.
I'll give a quick admonishment. Every party to a hearing before the associate judge is entitled to a neo de novo hearing in front of the referring court. The neo de novo hearing must be requested in writing. The request must be filed within 3 days of the notice of the substance of my ruling and served on the other parties to this action. It must specify what issues will be heard by the referring court. The referring court will set a hearing within 30 days, but the requesting party must obtain a setting from the court. One party asks for a de novo, any other party may ask for one within 3 days of the initial request. Nobody asked for a de novo. My order becomes an order of the referring court for operation of law.